Hey guys, welcome back to the world. If you can't already see, we redid all of the blue wool and now it looks a lot more accurate to the circular shape. And I'm really glad because I was starting to get a little nervous about this project, so I'm glad that turned out. And as you can see, I kind of played with the design of the shape of the tarp a bit. Mostly just to make it look a little more curvaceous. Like I have one curve there, goes flat, and then it curves down again. Mostly just so it plays nicer with, the spherical shape. It kind of shows off those curves while not being quite the same. It's like music in a way where like if you have something that's similar but not quite, it's quite satisfying to look at. Now, obviously, this isn't the best build in the world. I'm not using the best blocks in the world, but that's because, well, I'm not that late into the game yet where I could just use, not cobble, concrete galore. As you can see, I've already started to play with some designs on this, and the three things that I am pretty confident I'm going to keep is this white outline that I did mention in the last episode. And also these dots on the corners, I think those are good accents, and the creeper face, because, I mean, it's classic. I mean, putting a creeper face on something, it's classic, and also this is a monster farm, and this is where I'm getting the vast majority of my gunpowder at the moment. We also have these designs, like, on the sides of the creeper face, just so it doesn't look so out of place. But yeah, with that done, we're basically done with the design part, except for down there, but that should be relatively easy. It's just mostly fence posts and whatnot. But in terms of the balloon itself, we just need to replicate this on all four sides and we should be good. So we managed to get all the four sides done. Unfortunately, I don't really have a Elytra, so it's kind of hard to get a good view of all of that. But what I want to show you is a little discovery that I made. So I decided that the baskets down here was not all that proportional. So what I ended up doing was just making like a little bottom section so that we can have storage and also just to make the basket look more proportional. And I noticed, and you actually kind of see it here, is that if I stand like this, skeletons will try to shoot at me. I have to get the right angle though. Yeah, there you go. So I noticed that, and then I went, wait a minute. Creepers are dying from that, and we all know what happens. Oh, that was not intentional. We all know what happens when a skeleton shoots a creeper. You get discs out of it. And what I came to find was that I had a whole slew of discs in here. Like I basically sped ran just getting most of the discs, if not all of them. And I might have some more stuck in here, yeah. So what I might end up doing is placing some spruce trap doors around here. And then just whenever I want to have some extra discs, I can just open them and the skeletons can just start shooting the creepers. Now, the only problem with this is that there is a possibility of the creepers blowing up when I do this. I think this is more because of the skeletons than me, because I don't think the creepers actually see me from here. But I like occasionally the creepers do blow up. But since this is all cobblestone and fairly durable materials, and everything's kind of covered up, it's actually not that bad to repair. Like, usually one stone slab gets destroyed, but that's pretty easy to replace. So, yeah, I guess we got ourselves a disc farm? Alright, now that the basket is mostly done, I might have to change it out a little bit later, because it looks fine from this angle, right? But as soon as you come from here, it looks like it's just a box. So we might have to change that later down the line. Maybe we'll leave it. Who knows? Now that we've done that, we actually have to do some redstone. And it's going to utilize observer blocks, sticky pistons, jukeboxes, not jukeboxes, note blocks, But the big part of that is sticky pistons because, well, I don't have any access to slime at the moment, and you kind of need that to make sticky pistons. And in order to do that, I'm gonna have to mine out a bunch of chunks underground and basically hope that slime spawns somewhere. Because I don't like using outside resources, like the slime chunk finder, because it just feels like cheating to me. So we're gonna be mining out not entire chunks, but pretty big portions of chunks. And that's going to take a lot of time, but more importantly, a lot of durability. And diamond tools, they have a decent durability, but for what we're doing, not so much. Yeah, we would be going back to this grinder constantly. And I want to resolve that problem, so what we're going to be doing is actually going to the nether, and we're going to try and get our first netherite tool. Now, there is a certain type of netherite mining that I want to try because I've never done it before, and that is TNT mining. Now, funny enough, I actually have plenty of gunpowder just from using the grinder over there. Oh my gosh, the Enderman. It's just a little bit of rain. You'll be fine. My goodness. So, anyways, back to my point. We have a lot of gunpowder, but we don't actually have that much sand. So, we're going to have to find ourselves a desert and, more importantly, just get ourselves a decent shovel because the iron shovel isn't going to cut it anymore. Fun fact, I always name my shovel Hooga based off of a Charge-a-Bug that I used to play with in Pokemon Sun, because they would always use dig, and I would always cheer them on whenever they got a huge victory. I'd be like, Hooga! It was so dumb, but it was so wholesome for me. I love that memory. Okay, now that we've got our shovel, some obsidian, and a boat, we're ready to start looking for a desert. We're not this doesn't count. This time I shall head... What is this, southeast? Northwest. Okay, I literally could not have been more wrong. Whatever. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Oh, what cruel irony. Ooh, coral reef. I have to take note of that. Nautilus shell, nice. Ooh, a desert. About stinking time, too, and there's a village. Well, I'm about to make the land around their home uninhabitable, so I hope they don't mind. It's actually been a while since I've been able to tear through a desert with a shovel, and... Oh, man. It's like drinking a nice, refreshing orange pop, you know? It's just... It's so satisfying. Okay, we got one round. We're gonna have to make several more if we're gonna have a decent netherite mining trip. So, now we need to set up another portal to have an easy way back. That wasn't intentional. I guess I'll take this. And just like that, we are home. Now to drop this sand off and make several more trips. Alright, I think we are ready, so I guess let's craft them up. Alright, 5 stacks of TNT. I don't know how long that will last us, but I mean, it'll at least be good for a test run. Part 2 of the preparation of this mining expedition actually requires us to get some magma cream, just so we can have some fire resistance, because I would rather not die to lava, and it would just make it generally easier to block lava off and whatnot, so yeah, I need to find some magma cubes. Alright, fill the bottles up, put them in, put another wart in here. Now that they're awkward potions, we can turn that into fire potions with a magma cream. Okay, we have fire resistance potions, but we're not quite done yet. For those who don't know, you can extend potions. Glowstone is brighter and therefore stronger. Redstone can be delayed and extended. Therefore, redstone can be used to extend potions. And there we have 8 minutes. And just like that, we have approximately 48 minutes of fire resistance. For those who don't know, it's easiest to mine for netherite at around Y level 14. So if you can look on my screen here, this is how I've been doing all my other mining as well. You can see that under the second coordinate is the Y coordinate, and that's basically how I tell my Y level. So we're basically going to keep going down until we hit Y level 14. And there we go. We are at wow. We are at Y level 14. And now I guess we start placing the TNT. I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie. By the way, like what I'm doing right now, this is how I usually hello. This is how I usually mine for netherite. I just go ahead and mine in a straight line. So my goal at the moment is to make a long tunnel that is hopefully uninterrupted. Oh my gosh, how did I manage to screw myself that bad there? Well, this tunnel isn't quite as big as I was hoping, but I suppose this will be good for a test run. So I'm gonna guess that it's like around this distance. That's my guess. I don't know. I'm probably gonna fail miserably, but whatever. Probably good to drink a fire resistance potion now, just so if the floor beneath me explodes. Whoa. Oh. Wow, that is very satisfying. Okay, let's see if we can uncover any netherite. Now, here's the thing. I'm not very good at spotting things, so it's definitely possible that I will miss some netherite here because, well, I just tend to not do a good job of looking. It appears that we did not really uncover any netherite on our first blast, so let's keep going for a while and see what we managed to dig out. So I think getting it this way is technically faster, but the resources you have to put in and also the time you have to put into doing this strategy is questionable. I don't know what my thoughts are on it. Maybe if I really want to speedrun things, then yeah, sure, I'll go ahead. Which I might actually end up doing that because 1.20 is not going to allow me to do netherite as easily, so I might have to speedrun getting netherite a little bit. But in any case, we managed to get 27 ancient debris, which would get us 7 pieces, something like that. But yeah, we should probably head back. That took a while. I mean, just basically 15 minutes of consistently running into lava. Alright, let's cook these up. Now, unfortunately, how you do this is going to be changed very soon, so this this bit of tutorial is not going to last very long, but to make netherite stuff, you first need to make a smithing table, which is 4 wood, 2 iron, which we shall put over here, why not? So now we take the netherite and get some gold. You're just going to do 4 for now. And then we do 4 netherite scrap, 4 gold, and you get a netherite ingot. And then you take that, and then you slap it on here. And there we go, our first netherite item. So now all we need to do is just heal this bad boy up, and then go and mine for slime chunks for an extended period of time. This is going to take a while. And a while it did take. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have taken several hours, but man, did I get unlucky. I actually ended up looking up the slime chunks after the fact, and literally, if I had started 2 chunks to the left or right, this would have taken me 10 minutes, but no, I just had to pick the perfect spot where slime chunks would not generate. So what should have taken half an hour at the most turned into an hour and a half, and trust me, it isn't exactly what I'd call fun. Just another day of being a Minecrafter, I guess. Thankfully, someone happened to be streaming at the time, which managed to keep me company, so yeah, thank you, Ori, for keeping me sane through this ridiculous situation. Okay, not gonna lie, I thought this was a creeper at first, but hey, we got a slime, and it might be in this chunk? Which is kind of funny, considering... it could be here. What's a good block to mark this with? Birch logs, why not? I think I saw it originally like right here, something like that. So, I mean, there is a possibility of it being this chunk or that chunk. I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully we get a little bit, yeah, we got some slime balls out of that. Well, at least we can do a little bit as of now. Alright, now that we got the slime, we basically have everything we need to put in the extra functions that we plan on putting into this air balloon. And, well, the first thing I'm planning to put in is a light system that will decrease the amount of mobs spawning so that if I need to do any management or repairs inside or anything like that, I won't have mobs spawning just absolutely constantly with it just being an absolutely impossible to work in environment. So it'll make it a lot more manageable, basically. The second thing is making a piston system that will close off this tube from the main part of the farm, because in order to extract villagers, I've basically been mining into here and then putting 4 blocks inside the tube to block it up, which is not only dangerous because creepers could see me and they could blow up, but it's also just not that practical and not very convenient. So yeah, it will be good to have a good automatic piston system. Now what we're going to be doing for this is basically having 2 note blocks. I might put them on the other side here just for the sake of convenience. And we're going to have 2 note blocks. Each one controls the lights or the piston system. And they're going to be set up to... What were they called? T flip-flops? Yeah, I'm just starting to learn how to do that, and you could actually make a pretty simple one with just an observer and a sticky piston, so that should be pretty easy. But yeah, here's my list of materials along with my totally normal amount of discs. So the first thing we're going to work on is probably the lights. Get some observers. Only need 1 sticky piston for this. Gonna need a lot of redstone line. And I forgot repeaters. I'll be right back. So we're gonna put the note block here. That's our activation system. Is that easy to reach? Yeah, that's pretty easy. So now what we end up doing, it's facing down, correct? Yes. Yes, okay. Dig up into here and basically feed the observers up into this space. And if we have a sticky piston here, and we have a block of redstone, what this basically does is that when the observers feed into the sticky piston, the signal will be so fast that it won't actually retract the redstone block back. So what that does is that it makes it a easy toggle for us to work with. For the sake of argument, let's just change 1 block over here. You see, it pushes it forward, and we get a redstone signal out of it. Okay, I think we've found a spot, but we need to go back just a smidge. Okay, there's still a slight bit of signal left. Put in a lamp, and there we go. That's 1 lamp down. Now we need to do a bunch more. Okay, now I recognize that I probably could have done this in a way that was way less wasteful. Like, especially in terms of redstone line and stone blocks, but you know what? It's gonna work, and the delay is not gonna be that bad. And even if it is that bad, I don't think me spamming it will hurt it anyway, so yeah, let's test it out. Alright, it appears that everything is working fine. I mean, it's a very, very simple contraption. I don't think anybody could mess this up. The only thing that's semi-complicated is the T flip-flop, but yeah, that's 1 redstone line done. Now for one that is actually a little bit simpler, to be honest. Now this time we're gonna have the sticky piston going upwards, put the block of redstone there, and now we're going to have to put the block of which it can activate up here. Let's test this. Is it activated? It is not, so I actually have to put it a level lower, which surprises me a little. Okay, this should be as simple as just simply hooking this wire up to 2 pistons. Oh my gosh! Oh. Okay, why don't we close this up for now? Good grief. Oh, uh-oh. That was not my brightest idea. Oh, man. I really need to get smart real quick. Thankfully, the stuff should be safe because it wasn't a creeper or anything that killed me. And if we're quick about it, we can get the stuff in the hopper system. Okay, let's just forget that ever happened. I just made the discovery that a note block doesn't play when there's a block above it. Yeah, that kinda... What a random limitation to have. Okay. What am I gonna do there? Okay, for now we're gonna have to brute force it a little bit. This is really dumb, but I mean, it will technically work. Okay, now it should work. Okay, not making the same mistake twice. We're making a platform right here. Alright, there goes those 2. And now we just need to put in some blocks. Okay, slight problem. Apparently, somehow this powers the thing? Like this piston? I don't know what's going on here. Huh? What? I think I need to reset this piston a little bit. Is it because there's a redstone block on top of it? It is. What? Okay, so that means we are gonna have to do it sideways. I'm learning more redstone as I'm doing this. Maybe not the best time to be doing that, but I mean, hey, there's always a good time to learn. Okay, will this work? Yeah, that works. Okay. Kind of dumb, but I mean, if it works, it works. All right, that should about do it for this. I think everything should be up and running. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make this look a little less ugly, but I'm just glad we have this working. So I was trying to think of ways to hide it, and this might sound a little insane, but what if we kind of incorporated this into the design and just kind of mirrored it on all 4 sides? I might be low-key insane for thinking of this idea, but I mean, if it works, it'll work. Maybe, question mark. No, I'm scrapping this idea. Like, good thinking, but no. Okay, I have another idea, and it will definitely help the look of this thing and actually accomplish what I was trying to do in the first place, which was like to do some drawstrings. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to forego the observer and jukebox strat and go for something a little more... Oh boy, good thing I have ender pearls. Okay, so my mentality behind this new activation system is that we're basically going to do a redstone torch chain all the way up, and then we're going to... I actually don't know what the name of it is, but you'll see in a minute. So I believe how it went was that you had a piston like beneath here, so the signal goes into the repeater, it sends this piston up but also sends power through the sand at the same time, so that allows it to send a signal through for just a moment, which basically allows this piston to release this redstone block so quickly that it doesn't actually retract. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, let's give it a test. It looks promising. Yeah, everything looks functional, so we just need to do that for the other one. Okay, now we're ready to test this one. Okay, the light turned on, that's good. And the redstone block was moved. This should hit all the repeaters up there. The lights are going. Yes, everything is a go. Now this actually has the added bonus of whenever I hit a button, it'll actually have a little bit of an animation, but I have to get these up before I can show them off. So you know how I'm going for kind of a steampunk kind of feel for this? Well, I was thinking, what if these trapdoors acted like vents? Whenever you press this button, it will open them up. That's not quite right. Why does nothing go according to plan? So I think the reason why this is happening is that this is kind of what it's supposed to be in its unpowered state, so no matter which way I turn it, it will always go back to this. So evidently, we're gonna have to use something that isn't affected by redstone, but also doesn't stand out too much. Trust me when I say I'm trying as hard as I can to make this not look like utter crap. You know what? I actually don't mind that. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. So we got the vents that open up as the steam moves through them. That's kind of how it's going on in my head anyways. Alright, that took way longer than it should have, but hey, we finished. The monster balloon is finished. Man, I am surprised I managed to get this finished in time. I had to take a week off, so basically 95% of this video was done in 1 week, which is not great when you're in a rush and you have a lot of life things to attend to. But yeah, we managed to finish it, function and all. The only real thing I need to worry about is changing out that cobblestone to iron blocks whenever I happen to get the iron blocks. But other than that, I think we'll be good. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for having the patience for me to finish this thing. I was really anticipating that on this being done in 1 episode, but it took 2 full episodes. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.